Have you ever felt like someone completely misunderstood you, even though you were both speaking the same language? Or maybe you visited another place and realized your usual way of doing things felt out of place. These moments often aren't about personality, they're about culture. Intercultural communication is the process of exchanging messages between people from different cultural backgrounds. It's more than just dealing with language barriers, it's about navigating different ways of thinking, relating, and interpreting the world. In this mini lecture, we'll explore three foundational principles. Culture is a communication system. Two, communication is shaped by cultural values and worldviews. And three, intercultural competence is a skill that we can develop. These ideas can help us communicate more effectively and ethically in an increasingly interconnected world. So first, culture is a communication system. In other words, culture isn't just traditions, foods, or flags, which is certainly part of it, but it's a shared system of meanings, norms, and practices that guide how people interpret and respond to the world. Communication scholars often describe culture as learned, patterned, and symbolic, meaning it's passed down through interaction, repeated across time, and carried through language, gestures, and our behaviors. When we communicate across cultures, we're navigating different codes for what is appropriate, respectful, or persuasive. Secondly, communication is shaped by cultural values and worldviews. Different cultures prioritize different values, and these shape how people approach interaction. For instance, individualistic cultures, much like the United States, often emphasize personal freedom and directness, while collectivistic cultures, like many in Asia or even some in Latin America, they may prioritize group harmony and indirectness. There are a variety of other cultural dimensions as well, like time orientation, power distance, uncertainty avoidance. First, time orientation refers to how cultures perceive and value time. For example, monochronic cultures view time more linearly, where punctuality and schedules really matter. On the other hand, polychronic cultures are more flexible, valuing relationships over rigid timetables. Also, there's the cultural dimension of power distance, which reflects how a culture views hierarchy and authority. In high power distant cultures, for example, people accept unequal power as normal, and status differences shape communication. Whereas in low power distance cultures, people expect more equality and informality across roles. Likewise, another dimension is uncertainty avoidance, which is the extent to which a culture tolerates ambiguity or unpredictability. High uncertainty avoidance, for example, tend to prefer rules, routines, and clear expectations, whereas a low uncertainty avoidance culture, they're more comfortable with ambiguity and flexibility. In sum, these dimensions of culture, they influence everything from eye contact to the way that we handle disagreement. And these aren't just differences, they're patterned preferences that shape communication style and meaning. Thirdly, and last point here, intercultural competence is a skill, not a trait. Being effective in intercultural settings isn't about being naturally good with people. It's about cultivating intercultural competence, which is the ability to communicate appropriately and effectively with people from different cultural backgrounds. And this involves three elements: knowledge, which is the understanding of cultural differences; motivation, which is the desire to engage respectfully; and thirdly, skill, which is the ability to adapt behavior appropriately. Competence grows with practice, reflection, and humility. Mistakes will happen, but how we respond to them can build bridges or reinforce, unfortunately, barriers. In today's global and diverse workplaces, classrooms, and communities, intercultural communication isn't a niche skill, it's a core one. Whether you're traveling abroad, collaborating on a team, or simply trying to understand someone from a different perspective, Knowing how to navigate cultural differences can lead to more respectful, productive, and meaningful connections. And when we approach cultural differences with curiosity instead of judgment, we not only become better communicators, we become better human beings.